afternoon, lovely people of Twitch and YouTube. Welcome back to another series of the game that was placed. And today we are focusing on getting our new cacti farm to be actually efficient. And as you can see, we also have a bit of re-imaging the layouts, etc. So if you like it, leave a comment down below. So let's start. What we knew from last episode is that we should get ourselves the correct sorting to actually do the next, let's say, step of growing the cacti. So let me quickly do this. Like here, and let's start our script. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And there's an error. So, alright, because this should be false with a capital, I guess. That's one more time another just issue with the whole idea with, let's say, different languages. So let's see. Measure west and measure current. And the west is, actually, this should be like east. Right. Yeah, let's change it to east. Let's switch it up. And let's see how it's gonna go. So here's the east. Perfect. And I guess we can comment this out for a while. So let's do first of all correct language, and let's comment this out just for a second. Like this and like this. So let's try it out now. So here is again a bit of misclick. So let's do EAST, that should be correct. ST, there we go. Let me just make it a bit bigger, like this. So now we have a bit of a farm visible, because this is our main place where we want actually for it to grow. And we will be able to debug everything pretty well. So let's try it again. Alright, so this is a bit of an interesting part as well. So usually when you sort stuff, you should always have -1 in your loops because you never have what to compare with the last item. So actually we have, let's say, 3 on 3 square. You always compare over 2 times per row, for example. So let's try it again. So this is, let's say, 9, 5, 1. What I want to test is to change this value upside down. And let's see what's gonna happen. Perfect. So we have 5, we have 1, and we have interesting 9. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. So let's continue for this to do it again for for let's say rows in range range, thank you. Financial media autocomplete 0, and again Cactus field -1. Like this, comma, like this. So we are going for each row like here. This can now all go 1 step left. Thank you. And we are doing here the actually this should be rows, this should be Y first. So let's do this. First we have Y in range, then we have X in range. So let's see if it's working correctly. All 3 rows should be sorted. Yeah, and we need a column right here. Very nice. Let's start. Okay. 5, 1, 5, 6, 1, 1. Alright, now if I do it one more time, then it will be correct. Perfect. Now, what we can do is we can do the following. We'll make a while here. While sorting done. Perfect. And we again copy this as we suggest that we don't need to sort anything first. And let me try this. Okay, this triggers something else which I hate. So we'll do it old-fashioned way, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Let's try it out. Perfect. and this is actually sorted. But besides of these, so what we need to do now is to have it like this. Sorting done can be horizontal, horizontal, and of course it can also be vertical. So let's change it up. Match boundary will be efficient enough, but for now we will focus on first getting it to work in the first place, and after that we can think about some improvements. Vertical. So let's change. Sorry about that. Let's take this line right here, copy it, and replace this one. And here we don't use and, we use or. And now what I'm wondering is, should I, although let me try this. I guess it should be working or not. Sorting done. Vertical. So let me just copy this one and insert it right here. Perfect. This can go already. So first we are sorting the horizontal part. That's in most, oh sorry, that's too much of copy pasting. Here we go. So let's start with this. And actually, you know what? Let's put some music on while we're at it. Why not? Perfect. So let's continue. We replace this now with sorting down horizontal. Down horizontal. Down. Perfect. So next we do the same. So let me do it. Sorting. Oh, by the way, I misspelled it once. Let me fix it. And so let me rewrite it totally so I can verify that. Perfect. So now we are moving first via X row and now via the Y column. And here all we need to do is to change east to It's north. North. Thank you. Also, we do here north as well. North. Thank you. And certain down, obviously, vertical. It's true. And finally, after this, we can just run harvest. And that should seal the deal. But I don't want to run harvest yet. I want to test out the sorting. Okay. Then I need the... I'm just wondering. Now, I really like to color it like this. So, if I want to, let's see, inverse the naming, and that would be too much stuff. So we will do it with this logic. So let me switch it back again and do it like this. Not certain done or although why not? So that should be true. Why not? Like this. And this should sort everything out. So let's try it out. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, then we need to change the logic a bit indeed. So let me think. Oh, actually, we don't need this knot at all. Because we can just leave it like this. That would make sense, don't you think? Let's try it out. So here is 6, 5, 9. So this is the problem. Let me just think. So it's 1, 1, 0. Okay, I guess we need some 5, 5, 1. I need some more info on the sorting. So, north and east should be larger. Okay, so that's the other way around here. Let's try this out. Let me check. Does it even go in? I guess not. Yeah, right. Okay, then this should be true. Let's change it up. Because otherwise it will never come to this while loop whatsoever. Which is unpleasant. So let's try it out. Okay, 510. So this was okay. Sorted order. If all neighbor cacti to the north and east are fully grown and larger, so we need the big boys to go to north. So here was correct actually. The mistake was indeed in the starting values of the sorting. So let's start it. And why is not this? Oh, I see the issue. So the issue is that when we go here, we can go through. Actually, no, we cannot. Let me rethink. So we have 0, 0, 1. Hmm. That's interesting. So I have a feeling we don't get to the final entry right here. But so let's change this to vertical. Just for our own understanding. Thank you. So if this is true, then we go in, change it. So this should be -1 for sure. So let me think. In order to sort the last column, which should be here, we should get. So this is 6, 5, 9. So these two were not sorted. If I run it again, one more time. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's just, can I do this actually? I haven't tried it in this game yet. But I guess no, I cannot comment the whole block. Which is very annoying, but okay. Let's do it this way. This will ensure that I see only the moments which regard my current drone situation. So with the sorting, I don't need it to fly around and try to plant anything. So this should go to 0, 2 at some point. Because I guess if I do it like this, that would make no sense. But let's try. Maybe it does. Yeah, as I thought. As I thought. So, however, I have a feeling that here it shouldn't be this. So how does the range work? Let's check it out. So and is excluded. That's our issue. So we need to do it here and here, but not in the second 4. And I'll explain why in a second. Yes. So the thing is that what you need to understand is when you have the sorting, you always compare the current item, let's say, with the next, how we're doing it right now. And if you have, let's say, 3 items, meaning that your pointer, which in our case is our drone, will be at the first entry, which is index 0. Index 0 is compared to index 1. Then index 1 is compared to index 2. And so on. And if you have, let's say, 10 items, then you don't need, when you compare this row, to move your drum to the 10th position. You only move it to the 9th. So the 9th compares to 10th. But the second 4, which is on top of it, must indeed go through each and every one of the columns, and vice versa, the rows. So you need one of them to go through each, which is responsible just for, let's say, other dimension. And the second one should have the -1 so that the comparison script is totally correct. And now we can try to harvest it and to have 81 cacti out of 9 planted. So now we can actually do the following. First of all, we can do this. We delete over these common signs, and we have now prepared entry for our plan. So let's test this out a couple of times. Perfect. Let's try again. as you can see, it was, you know what, let's try 9, just out of pure curiosity, let's try 9. This will take a while, and we'll even make it a bit smaller. And let's see how it's gonna go. So what you see here is so-called either bubble sort, or I guess in our case it should be called rock sort. So the idea here is that when we go through the row, we compare the each and every basically neighbor, and the trick we are doing is nothing more than we are making the heaviest item to actually sink down below. Or in our case, it's a bit inversed simply because the note should be bigger, so it kind of rises, which makes no sense. But indeed, it looks like a bubble sword, and this is how you make it all the time. Let's see, in the real world. So let's see how it's gonna go. And as you can see, this is the reason also why did we make this infinite loop, because we don't know which next item will be in which place. So basically, see, this is nothing more than a two-dimensional sorting, and of course, first of all, our array is not unique. So we cannot say if we would have unique values only, then that would be way easier for us. But I want you to pay attention in like a couple of seconds. How much will we get? Right now we have everything sorted. We check it one final time. And we had 265 of cacti, and we get 6,000 just simply in the one go, which is super awesome. So what I can do as a final entry here, I would define give me give cacti, right? And we get here the, how it's called, like this, give cacti. And here we just pass one value, which is cacti field. And for now, of course, it's easier for us to work with a single number. However, in theory, it's not a big deal to make it, let's say, rectangle shape, but I don't think it's a big priority at the moment. So now all I need to do is I need to make it like this. Let's see here, like this, and also the rest should be also moved. And now, as you can see, this is a bit the best example of the case where naming your variables in the right way really helps you to do stuff. So I highly recommend you when you're working or when you're coding or when you're just having a guest right here, you should name your variables properly, which will help you a lot. So we have a final thing, and let's now focus again on our farm. The only thing I might add though is the starting point. Okay, how did I manage to do this? That's interesting. Okay, can I just have one? Thank you. So let's add it here. Okay. So for now, let's test it out. Um, I know, let's do import. Give me cacti. Thank you. And here I would just do now. What I can do is I need to define this, but we can do it that way around. For now, we can just say that here our start would be, let's say, 50. Here we also have 55. And we need a new task. Here, let's copy this, paste it, call it as usual cacti. So let me quickly check it. Yeah, for now everything looks awesome. Oh, I know what I need to check as well. I need to check this for a second. And we will add this short script in a moment. Okay, so let me quickly grab it right here. And first of all, we change hate to cacti, right? Cacti. And we don't need this for now, but we will leave it as it should be. But we get here something different. We say, give me Cacti. Punkt. Give cacti. Also, we name it to get, actually. Let me do it real quick. So instead of a gift, I would like to get. Thank you. And I would say here, get cacti. Let's do 5. And we now can do the following. We can copy this, copy, enter, paste, perfect. And here we have drone cacti task. Perfect. So let's try it out, shall we? That's in, oh, yeah, of course. Slight mistake. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Okay, interesting, but it did not spawn the energy part, which is interesting. So drone energy task did not spawn. Let's check why, but I guess we will check it in our next episode. With that being said, I would say thank you a lot for your time. And we will be back next week with some more of the Farmer Was Placed. And also we'll be back with some extra entries in our chests and other stuff, which is written down below in the About section. With that being said, for now, thank you for watching. I appreciate that a lot, and I'll see you very soon. Have a nice day, and goodbye.